Hey everybody, it's a rainy day in Nashville. I'm playing with my toys. As Tony used to say, come play with all my toys. I thought it'd be fun to just run through some gear that I've got here. These are the guitars I've had out lately. And not that I've got that many more, but I've got a couple others. And just talk about how to get good tone at home. This is kind of what I've pulled together from doing hours and hours of playing my guitars, reading on websites, listening on YouTube, listening and learning from the greats. Here is a 1950 Martin D28. It's an awesome guitar. It's got a lot of songs still in it that have not been pulled out, but I just had some work done on it, and so I'm looking forward to putting that back together. I use these Elixir strings, by the way. I use Elixir 8020 nanowebs, 12 to 53 on the Martin. I've got my number one Taylor uses the 13 to 56, and this other Taylor over here gets the 12s also. Here's a 2016 or 15 Charles Whitfill guitar. It's a Telecaster. Basically, he makes these up in Kentucky. It's custom made for me, actually. Custom order back then. It's got hand-wound P90 pickups. The thing weighs nothing. It's got a big 50s neck on it, which I love. Just like this guitar, this is a Mark Jenny relic guitar, MJT. Licensed Fender neck with a big fat club feel to it. Love this blue 62 custom looking, kind of like a Fender custom from 62. Lead pickup on it by the bridge there, that is a Dogtown pickup, hand-wound in Wisconsin. And the humbucker was just put in it by my friend Mark Bennington. He gave me this pickup. It was from a 1981 Gibson Les Paul. It's a Tim Shaw humbucker. Really desirable pickup. The guitar just rocks. This is a Roadhouse Strat from 1997. Leroy Parnell had this whole series named for him. They came in all kinds of colors, and this is the first year. This thing was a total find. It's in mint condition. If you opened it up for the first time, you wouldn't find a nick on it anywhere. It's got all the goodies in the case. This is my 1994 Taylor. This is the one I call number 2. It's just a stock 810, model 810. It's rosewood and spruce. I tell you what, it's unplayed condition when I got it. Pretty pristine. And I've used it as a backup, but lately I've just loved having the tone. Is so different from the other one I have. That's the thing about guitars, is that they do change. They vary a lot from guitar to guitar. Here's a beautiful vocal mic that was a gift from a friend. This is a Microtech Gefell. It's a German-made mic. I don't even know how old it is. It's probably, 50 years old for all I know. It's a large condenser tube mic. Great for vocals. Here's my mystery amp. That's what I've always called it. It's basically a knockoff of a Fender Deluxe from the 50s. The best I can tell, it's been either built in Japan or redone with Japanese parts at one time, but it's got a 12-inch speaker, and it just rocks. The pedal board for that amp right now is that Red Panda Context Reverb. There's an Empress tape delay, which is groovy for some things. A J-Rocket Archer drive, just to give it some growl. And of course a tuner. Everybody, you don't even need that many pedals, and I'm going to show you that in a second. Next to that is the one that I use most for recording. This is my 67 Vibrolux Reverb, all original, total bone stock, as we say. The mic here is a large diaphragm condenser that actually, just a foot away or 2 feet away, it sounds great on this amp. I sort of accidentally found this combo. It's a Roswell K47 Mini, not really expensive. And we're going to have another mic arriving this week for this stand. It's going to be a Royer R10. It's a ribbon mic for various purposes. This mic here has been my secret weapon for a lot of years. This is an old Audix that I bought at Corner Music here in Nashville in about 2001, and I use it on my acoustic. And all the people that say, man, I love the sound of your acoustic, when I send them parts, I do internet tracks, it's that mic. Here is my Beta 58, which is good for just about everything. My rack is no big shakes. First of all, I gotta let my daddy bear and monkey say hi there. I'm using the RME Fireface interface, the Fireface 800. It's old, but it sounds great. Those pre's are really nice. There's 4 mic pre's in it. The next thing that I'm using is the Drummer stereo compressor down there. That's just for the vocal mic. Got some old Mackie 824 speakers. I mean, there's a new set of Genelec in town, or a recently for sale set of Genelec studio speakers that probably are 5 times better than these, but I don't think they warrant paying 5 times more than what I paid for these. Down here, this is the pedal board for the Vibrolux. I've got my looper right there, my Boss looper. That is a really easy looper. They've got more complicated ones, but this, you know, Jeff likes to keep it simple. That delay up there on top is my long delay. It's kind of preset. Next to that is the Mesa Boogie Flux drive. That's good for getting a lot of grind. It's got that boogie grind to it. Next to that is the Xts Equalizer. It's a custom modification done by the guys here at Exact Tone Systems in Nashville, and it all the frequencies are dialed in just for guitar, the electric guitar frequencies, mid-range stuff. Boss tremolo, pretty standard. Down here is the short delay, the digital delay, another XTS product. This is their Imperial, and it is just, it's a lot like a Nobles pedal, if you will. Nobles is one of those secret weapons that guys in Nashville have been trying to hoard, but everybody knows about them now. Ego compressor, if you want that Brent Mason kind of thwack, and the tuner. But the main thing is that, you know, I think what I want to say is that we really don't have to have all that stuff. I mean, here's the guitar. Get yourself a tube amp. And then learn how to dial back on your volume a little bit. Like, here's full blast on this. This is not loud. Or I can roll back, making all the acoustic guitars hum. Or roll it back. Put it on that neck pickup, and then the more gain you give it, the dirtier it gets. You know, there's a lot of so many things you can do. Just a guitar and an amp. I mean, I'm not even using the pedals on the board there. I just love being simple like that. You can put on all the other grease you want later on, but messing around with your guitar, just find a good gritty little tube amp. I think I paid $300 for this thing. I mean, you can spend $2,500 on an old 52 Deluxe, or a, you know, well, a lot more than that probably by now. Get yourself a tweed champ for about $2,500. Not a Marshall, but it sounds pretty good. Anyway, you know, my suggestion is to everybody, just keep it simple, y'all. Don't spend a ton of money. Just get good tone, and I'm working hard on, instead of buying new stuff, even though I do buy new stuff once in a while, is trying to improve my playing, trying to clean up my playing, trying to listen to great players who say, you know, brilliant things about how to make it in the studios and how to tour and how to do it. You know, there's some channels that I recommend. Tim Pierce out in Los Angeles has a really busy channel full of all kinds of cool stuff. Warren Huart has Produced Like a Pro. He's a British guy that runs 2 studios and just creates all kind of gear lust in me. And especially Tom Bukovac and Eric Johnson, my two favorite current guitar players. So whatever you do, have fun and dig in and rock out.